So, how do errors even report to your credit report in the first place? And that's a question that people often ask, and rightfully so. And hopefully this video gives you some perspective, but at the same time lets you know how you can benefit from those errors that are on your credit report. What up, you got Mr. Smith, 0.5 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and in this video I want to talk to you about how errors even report to your score in the first place, where they come from, and how you can benefit from those errors that are being reported. Now, before I do that, I want to make sure that you understand that you can get access to the free credit class by clicking the available link below. It gives away a ton of good knowledge and things that you can understand on how to firsthand take full control of your credit. It's all about knowing the main things that you need to focus on, and then looking at your report and determining which one best fits you. It's nothing worse than taking a blanket statement from someone else as advice if that situation doesn't apply directly to yourself. But if you know all of the things that we teach in the free credit class, what that does is position you to know when the information is applicable to you. So now when you hear something, you're like, you know what? That's exactly one of the things I'm lacking in and I need more of. Let me apply it. Or someone gives some advice and you're like, nah, I'm good on that because I have this, this, and this in place. So I don't need to take that advice. That helps you out tremendously. So grab a free credit class, if nothing else, for those benefits. Now, let's talk about the errors that are reporting to your credit report. You first got to understand that part of the reason why it may be some errors reporting to your score may be directly because of you. So it takes some responsibility. You got to take some responsibility and be accountable for the fact that it may be because of you. But it's some light at the end of the tunnel because that can still benefit you. And what I mean that it could be because of you is because a lot of times when people apply for certain things, whether it's loans, whether it's student loans, whether it's credit cards, whether it's just getting inquiries for getting a car loan, whatever it is, a lot of times they may apply with different information. They might not use the same name or the same, first, middle, and last name, or the middle initial, or a different spelling, an alias. You'll be surprised. A lot of times you may apply in different ways. In addition to that, you may apply with different addresses. You may apply with different small tweaks in your information, and those small tweaks of information can offset your credit report and have certain things reporting in error. That said, what it does is show up as if certain things aren't matching. Now, some benefits to you in that, but that's just one way. Another way could be somebody on the data entry side of things improperly entered some information. So it could just be a common human error that took place that caused them to put your name in wrong. And by all means, it's reporting on your report. It could also be a name similar to yours, a name identical to yours, but just in a different location that also reflects and reports on your score. It could be a family member. It could be a parent. It could be that your name was used in another profile because you were a co-signer, because you were an authorized user, and some kind of way some information got intertwined and ended up on your report. It could have been because you had a situation that changed, whether it was a divorce that took place, a loss of someone, or you yourself did something that acquired more debt or reports things reporting on your report. And when that happened, it also offset how your new changes that took place was reflected on the old items. And I'll give you an example. Sometimes you move into a new location, gives you that new address being reporting, and now the old address that was once being reported is now both on there. They're both on there. Now, the truth of the matter is, sometimes you want to remove those old addresses and keep the new, but you want to make sure that the creditors that have the new address and the open accounts and the positive accounts all have your current information, because that new data that you just added by means of applying for new credit offset your overall profile. Now, that may not be your case, but just understand that different changes in your lifestyle, scenarios, married, not married, kids, having a junior versus you being a junior if you're a male, all of those things can play a factor in why your credit can have errors. Now, that's the case. It's a lot of times it could be, sometimes it may be basically some type of fraud that has taken place that caused errors to report on your credit report. Now, knowing all of those things, this is the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'll wrap up. I'll conclude. The fact of the matter is, because we're protected by the FCRA, the credit bureaus have to be doing their part by reporting things that are accurate. If the information is not accurate, if they can't verify it, if the debt collectors can't validate it, if certain things can't be proven as if it's yours, then by law they have to remove it because they're holding on and reporting inaccuracies. Even if it was something you did, even if it was a complete accident, even if it was something that took place like a life-changing scenario, it still has to come off of your report if you go about the process the right way. So those are the things and the reasons of why there may be tons of errors or a few errors on your credit report. Of course, there are other unique scenarios, but those are the reasons why there may be some errors on your report. But you got to understand that those errors can benefit you, because if they're in anything that's showing up to be erroneous, anything that look like it may be fraud because you just don't recognize it, that's an opportunity for you to get it removed and possibly take your credit score to the next level. So that's all I got for this particular video. Hope this was helpful. Mr. Smith, signing out.